So if you want to take your Sony 200 to 600 millimeter lens to a 280 by 840 millimeter lens, yes?
Yes.
All you need is this little device.
Yeah. $500+ piece of cake.
Hey, it's less than a $10,000 lens.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. So you could take this lens and extend the reach with a little 1.4 teleconverter. All right, we are out here at our favorite heron rookery tree at sunrise. And they're already starting to fly around a little bit. We were here a few days ago. It was lots colder. And the sun came up and went immediately into a bank of clouds. It was a gorgeous sunrise. We have some footage we'll show you, but the light only lasted a few minutes, and then it was almost like the tree was in silhouette. So we decided to come out a few days later. Now, what are we doing today, Steve?
We are photographing herons with the 1.4 teleconverter.
On the 200 to 600 lens?
On the 200 to 600 lens.
Yes.
A little bit extra reach there.
Yeah, because as you can see, there's a fence.
Yep.
And we wouldn't want to be any closer to these anyway, right? It's a huge, they've gone from the tree into the trees next to it. It's pretty good sized. So we come out here every spring and we haven't used a teleconverter for some reason. So we thought we'd bring you along with us. What is the difference when we're doing this? Ooh, look at that. So pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So we love the teleconverter because it gives us 1.4 more times reach, which brings it to, I wrote the math down for you, brings it from a 200 to 600 to a 280 by 840. Awesome. I mean, I love that. So why wouldn't we use it all the time, Steve?
I'm sorry?
Why wouldn't we use the 1.4 teleconverter all the time if it has this amazing reach?
Well, you've got another couple layers of glass in between, which gives you a little bit more diffusion and a little bit more internal reflections. It's always going to be there. The coatings have gotten really, really good. This discussion on this aspect of it is more in the line of which is better, a prime lens or a telephoto or zoom lens. The manufacturers have gotten so good, there's a very, very small difference.
Right.
Okay.
But the fact remains, we still have all the other pieces of glass, so we have to make sure we're clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, your f-stop changes. Your minimum f-stop is now f8.
So we can't gather as much light, so it really needs to be lighter out.
You need light.
Yeah.
Yes. And you need light, so you tend to want to compensate. One of the compensations is you increase your exposure time, your shutter settings.
Yeah, so your shutter gets slower, or your ISO
goes up.
goes up. So you
Now-
put it on a tripod to help with that.
Yes. One of the quandaries with wildlife, especially birds now, is you want a fast shutter speed.
To freeze the action, right?
Yeah.
Because they're
absolutely.
flying.
Right. They can move quite quickly at times. So that puts you back into the increasing the ISO. So, also, one of the things I would maintain that makes it more difficult to get really sharp, as sharp of images as you can, is the fact that because you're increasing the magnification of the lens, that also magnifies all the little jitters and shaking that goes on.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
if you're shooting by hand, you really need to up your shutter speed.
Yeah.
Or put it on a tripod. That reduces a lot of the vibration. And by going with a remote shutter, electronic shutter, and using only the electronic shutter, not the mechanical shutter, you kind of start the process of getting rid of any other vibrations that you might have been tolerant of before.
Right. Okay, the sun's coming up.
Yep.
So I think we better see what we got. Right, and being on the gimbal head helps too. So herons are kind of a slower moving bird, and it's pretty cold out, so you can kind of slowly glide. If you want to see the video we made about what Steve's tripod and gimbal head is, I'll link it up here in the corner somewhere for you. So what we're going to do is he's taking most of his pictures this morning with the teleconverter on. And then once the really good light's gone, we're going to take it off and show you a comparison of the crop and the settings. So I think we're just going to enjoy like this beautiful sunrise right now, right? We're actually gloves right now. Oh, wow, so pretty. Okay, so the teleconverter is still on right here. And Steve's got it zoomed all the way into 600 mil, which is the equivalent of 840. What do we say?
840.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see this. The widest aperture is f9 when we're at 600 mil with the 1.4 teleconverter on. Okay. Now, Steve, can you zoom it all the way out, back out to 200 mil? And then let's see what the widest aperture possible is. F8.
Yep.
Oops. So then we can get to F8. But you can see it's pretty bright out, but that is the limit of the teleconverter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next we're going to take the teleconverter off and show you the difference. All right. Now, what are we zoomed at?
Okay, we'll go back to 600.
Let's go all the way to 600. And then, yeah, you can see it can go all the way down, open up to 6.3.
Mm-hmm.
So teleconverter will take 2 stops, full stops out. Okay, and now let's do the other end. Now we're at 200 mil and we can go to 5.6. That's quite a difference. Yeah, so you need to have a pretty bright day like today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a good experiment to do today.
Yeah, it is good. Overall, in my opinion, is for most purposes, it's good enough. Mm-hmm. Unless you want to do a lot of pixel peeping, you won't notice any differences. I have taken a couple of shots with the teleconverter on and the teleconverter off. We can attach them.
Yeah, we'll show those here
down
too.
below, and you can actually take a look at them.
Oh, you want to put them on the blog?
Yeah, can we put them up, do you think, or so that they can actually download them and look at them? Pixel peep?
Yeah, we can put that. We'll put a link to the website, and you can take a look at these if you want to. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. So you can take a look for yourself. This is the A7R4, so keep in mind it's 61 pixels, megapixels. So I think if you have a lot of light, right, and
yes,
a fairly slow-moving subject, you know, those two things are what this teleconverter is perfect for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here is a side-by-side comparison of the lens at the 600 millimeter length with and without the 1.4 teleconverter, and you can tell there is an actual definite difference here in the amount of reach.
And we lost a fair amount of light with the aperture settings, but it didn't seem to matter as much on a bright day today.
Well, that's what you want are bright days.
Yeah.
Or really good artificial lights.
So I don't really bother to get this out when it's dusk.
No.
It doesn't.
Dusk and dawn?
Doesn't really help.
No. You'll see some shots from last Saturday that we took just as the sun was coming up.
They're so dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But that was a nice day too.
Yes.
For 4 minutes.
For 4 minutes, it was wonderful.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us here at the Heron Rookery. And remember to check this out on the website. Join the newsletter, too. Steve is writing newsletters once a month. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That's right.
Starting this month, apparently.
Kind of a roundup. Yeah. All right. So good to see you.
Yep.
All right.
See you.
See you in the next one.
We're going to go get coffee.
Coffee. Real coffee.